For this interview, recording audio alone wouldn't cut it. Without visuals, you wouldn't truly have a record of what Charlie was trying to say. So Dan set up his camera, and I started recording video on my phone. Charlie began sounding to Mike even before he asked our first question, and Mike relayed to us what Charlie was saying.
He's talking about the shooting, and he thought that he was going to jail, and the police came to him. One of his friends was a cop and told him that, no, he wasn't going to jail, and it was these other guys.
We asked Charlie to tell us again what he'd been trying so hard to tell us the day before, about how Brian had been playing with a gun and Charlie had tried to stop him.
The boy that did the shooting, he pulled something out of a drawer. Told him, don't get that gun. Said, no, don't get the gun. The boy just playing with it. Put it down. Told him, put it back, put it down. And then the boy later, he got the gun out. I told him again, no. And then he shot himself in the mouth. So this happened, but I don't understand exactly what. The cop kept asking me, did you do it? And I said, no, I didn't do it. No, it was somebody else. And Wayne and the cops were talking, and that he didn't do it. He shot himself in the mouth. I don't know what happened. I didn't see it. I was sitting in there, and I shook him, but Kenneth and the brother and Mike and all four of them were in there, and we all went to the funeral together. We hugged each other at the funeral. They buried him over in Bartow County. It's over by this Porch, and that's where the grave was, in that area. And after all the funeral stuff, next week everything quieted down, and it was over with.
Charlie had a detailed memory of Brian being shot, but his details were all wrong. For instance, Charlie's description of where Brian was buried. He had such a precise memory of it. But Brian was buried in Floyd County, not Bartow County, like Charlie was saying. And one thing Charlie kept mentioning was a window.
The boys were just playing in the bedroom, and there was a window on that side. Yeah, I was watching some kind of death program on TV.
He mentioned a window at one point. What was the context of the window?
I turned on the light, and and I saw him shoot himself. I saw Brian shoot himself, and the blood went everywhere. And then just like that, he was gone. There was smoke and blood, and I was just, yeah, exhausted. And then Amanda came, and she was shocked when she saw it. Brian, he's the one that got the gun out of the drawer, and he did the shooting. I didn't see all of that.
That's when Wayne interrupted us. He'd been lurking nearby the whole time we'd been talking to his brother, but he hadn't wanted to be on camera, so he'd mostly stayed out of the way. But now, Wayne told us that Charlie wasn't talking about Brian Bowling's death at all. He was talking about a different shooting, a different boy who'd been killed. Though Wayne was cagey about the details of this other supposed shooting. I had already been expecting Wayne to try to interfere with the interview, so part of me wondered if that's what was going on here. But Wayne was insistent. Charlie was talking about a different boy's death.
Yeah.
Was you asking, is it Greg Coral he talking about?
Greg?
Greg Coral. Was he sitting on the side of the bed?
Yeah, Greg was sitting on the bed.
He's talking about the wrong one, because Brian he was in the living room when Brian got shot.
Yeah, when Brian got shot, I was watching TV. I was in the living room.
See, he's getting confused here. One named Greg Coral got killed at our house one night. And Charlie seen that. So Charlie's getting confused with Brian. He's Greg.
Yes.
Because when he said Brian shot himself, they went to Brian.
Right, he didn't see it.
So all this he's telling y'all was confused.
After a lot of prompting, Wayne finally started to explain. Sometime before Brian died, a young boy had been shot and killed at the Childers' house. The gun had belonged to Charlie's uncle, Danny. That's the Danny that Charlie had kept mentioning the first time he'd spoken to him, and we'd been confused about. But after Wayne explained that there had been 2 different shootings, we finally started to understand what Charlie was trying to say. Wayne continued to interrupt, though, so I pulled him to the side and struck up a conversation with him, while Jacinda kept talking to Charlie.